What's up, Abel? How you doing, man? Man, okay. My stream look. How's my stream look? Like my OBS had some like it lost my settings, so I had to reconfigure a bunch of stuff. So I'm not sure how it's working. All right, good to hear. Good to hear. It's one of the reasons why I was trying to test it out just beforehand. Let's see. Oh yeah, I had to check it on my phone too. Looks good. Okay, good, 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 good. Ah, man. So yeah, I didn't get to hang out and actually. I think I caught the very end of your stream. I think I went away for just a little bit, and then I came back, and then your stream ended. I was like, oh man. Yeah, so I did a couple days back to back, and then it's been a week since I was back on. So I was like, ah, jeez. So now I'm trying to remember where we're at. Okay, so we just got all my charges dropped, and now we got LeChuck and the Voodoo Lady in here. So, alright, see where we need to go with this.
Hey, you!
Hello, Treepwood.
You sent me on a wild albatross chase for La Esponja Grande and promised me it would cure the pox. But after fending off sexually ambiguous merpeople, a giant manatee, and your crazy ex-boyfriend, what do I get for my trouble? This sorry excuse for a kitchen sponge.
La Sponja.
I noticed you strategically left out the Grande from this worthless piece of junk. Once it cured my piddly leftover pox, it didn't have enough mojo left to cure Elaine.
It's not worthless. It is merely young. It must be brought to maturity in order to reach its voodoo-absorbing potential.
Brought to maturity? How am I supposed to do that? Give it a talk about the sponge birds and sponge bees?
Like all infants, La Esponja needs nourishment. It must be fed 6 special voodoo courses to bring it to adult size.
What sort of meal is that?
A feast for the senses. The menu, Treepwood. Take it. And serve the sponge a meal unlike
Was a
any
scorpion.
other.
Dude, that's so cool.
And then?
It will grow.
Hey, neat. There's a map of the Flotsam Jungle on the cover. No more listening to bees and birds and boars for this mighty pirate.
I love that they already threw that in there. Where's the starting point? Oh,
That's
okay.
odd.
It's a sight. Alright, so the first course, put a napkin that's a sight, a garnish cloth, grotesque bright. Aw, man. I'm terrible with rhymes. Oh, okay, so you can click those. Antipasta, jungle meat, gives off a smell like stinky feet. Yummy. Third course, before the main course, cleanse your palate with a taste that hits you like mal. Okay. The main course will cause quite a flap. To find the sixth sense, use your map. Now engorge a small dessert, a touch so shocking it might hurt. Your meal finished, let out a cheer or belch so loud that all can hear. Sounds like fun. Alright. Close this then.
Sounds like a whole new map now.
I guess we'll have to figure out what the map is going to be good for at that point. Does this connect anywhere? Ah. Alright.
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
Ah. Oh, okay, there we go. They want to have to refold it all again.
Hey, you! Again!
Hello, Treepwood.
You've been lying to me about LeChuck all these years.
My ways are my own, Guybrush, but rest assured I have never lied to you.
You're lying right now! All this time, I thought LeChuck was an inhuman monster. Actually, he was an inhuman monster, but only because you made him that
Oh,
way.
he's got little
Did
LeChuck
I?
and little
Or
voodoo
was I
ladies,
merely playing my
dolls
role
already in the
a
background.
much larger play?
Stop trying to confuse me. We're tired of being puppets in your chess game.
This is no game, Treepwood.
You corrupted LeChuck and sent him out to torment me and Elaine for years. I'll never trust you again.
I don't require your trust, Treepwood. Only your heroism.
About this feast for the senses,
What would you
Look,
like
we're
to
just
know?
getting done yelling at her, and now we're asking for help.
The antipasta? Explain.
With the table set, a powerful aroma must encourage the appetite to grow.
I think my nose has been in shock since traversing the inside of a manatee.
I'm sure you will find something.
What about the dessert? This is one hungry sponge.
Ah, what is your favorite thing about dessert, Guybrush?
Running out before the check arrives?
No, it is the pleasurable shock of something different.
Ah. All right, enough about the feast for now.
I met Coronado de Cava.
My beloved, how was he?
Mad, bipolar, life ruined. Just another pawn sacrificed in your theater of the damned.
I never meant to cause him harm.
Sure you didn't.
That'd be awesome if he was just like, right.
Have you seen Elaine? Of course, even if you have, I won't believe you.
So whether I have or have not does not matter.
Well, if you do, tell LeChuck and then have him tell me. So, when I was with DeCava, you might have felt something strange happen.
Ah, you are no doubt alluding to your brief possession of my physical form.
Ha! How did it feel to be the Manipulate Ted instead of the Manipulator for once?
It was curiously liberating.
You're weird.
What body was she in then? Was she in Guybrush's body? Or just kind of like out there?
Yeah, try not to get executed before I cure Elaine.
As you wish.
LeChuck!
Guybrush!
Yes, well,
I
thank
would
him.
bet my good hand I'd never say this, but thank you
For what? I've caused you nothing but despair.
for taking the fall back there, and for exposing the voodoo lady. I don't know what to make of any of it, but now I can focus on saving Elaine and dealing with the pox.
It is the very least I could do. But be careful, Guybrush.
I'm always careful.
This from the guy who proposed to his wife with a cursed engagement ring you stole from my hold?
Is that a dig? Is the evil demon pirate LeChuck developing a sense of humor? This is weird. Where have you been? I thought you were with Elaine.
Well, after leaving Spinner K, Elaine and I set out to finish releasing all those monkeys I'd captured. After we were finished releasing the last of them, Elaine caught wind of your trial, went into a poxed rage, seized a passing clam schooner, and made a beeline for Flotsam Island.
That's my girl.
Needless to say, I took my own vessel and headed after her. But in the middle of the night, my ship was sunk by a rogue wave. I was washed up on an island of cannibals, from whom I deftly escaped, using many of the self-same skills you taught me back on the Jerkbait Islands.
You know, it's amazing how easily man-eating tribes can be reasoned with.
Knowing I needed to get here more than ever, I lashed together a few bits of cannibal leftovers and warthog sinew to build a makeshift raft. Unfortunately, that was soon eaten by the sharks.
Oh no!
So I swam. I swam as fast as I could for 3 days.
And arrived just in time to save me from the gallows. Nicely done, buddy. Kudos to your swim instructor.
I was fueled by the fire of our budding friendship.
I can't believe the voodoo lady has been pulling your ghostly slash demonic strings all these years.
It came as a shock to me as well. But her diary spells it all out. You, me, Elaine, we're all part of the voodoo lady's malevolent plans.
I wonder how he got her diary.
Malevolence
Guess I forgot
is
about
in the
that.
eye of the beholder.
Or if you mentioned how he got it.
I know this is difficult to understand, but things are not as they seem.
No, things seem remarkably convoluted, which is what I've come to expect from you.
I've always had your best interests at heart.
Well, what about my interests? Without your meddling, I could have lived a normal, happy pirate's life.
Ha! The destiny of LeChuck has never been normal.
How about the mountain of ice on the roller coaster of the damned? She was behind that?
Especially that.
I risked life, limb, and manatee to get La Esponja Grande, and it's a puny, worthless lump.
What?
Soak up the gargantuan wonder that is La Esponja
This is
Grande.
not.
That is La Esponja Grande? But wasn't it supposed to hold infinite amounts of voodoo?
I know. What a crock.
The size of the sponge is meaningless. It is what you do with it that matters.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you fight like a... The sponge is still small.
Most unfortunate.
So, Miss Spooky Pants gave me this menu which will supposedly put more grande in my esponja.
Excellent.
You want to put some of your newfound deductive reasoning to the test and help me figure out what I need for the menu?
I'd give my beard to be able to help you, but I'm afraid my pirate mind is not fit for such things.
Which explains why after all these years you still allowed me to get within a nautical mile of you with a bottle of voodoo root beer.
Jeez. Got back with a little dig of his own.
Sit tight, buddy. Once I save Elaine, you're next.
Don't worry about me.
Stan!
Threepwood! No hard feelings over all those various civil and criminal charges?
Water under the bridge.
Great.
A bridge with a fast-talking shyster slash salesman dangling from it.
He's a little more menacing with his hook.
Still trying to make a buck on my recently cleared name?
Nah, I sold all that junk to that Doro sap. I've moved on to the next trial of the century. Flotsam Island versus LeChuck and the Voodoo Lady.
I love the Voodoo Lady's pose. And LeChuck is still a zombie in that one. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, how are sales going now?
Great! People can't get enough of the Voodoo Lady's murky moral ambiguity, mysterious unexplored backstory, and her ample
La 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 la, not listening, la la la.
voodoo charms. And as for LeChuck, well, let's just say the lady pirates love, love, love a tale of redemption. The whole bad boy made good angle.
Ah. Have the Voodoo Lady and LeChuck been put on trial yet?
Have they? It's the trial of the century.
Wait, I thought I was the trial of the century.
Yesterday's news, Threepwood.
So, what kind of case are you building against LeChuck and the Voodoo Lady?
Oh, I'm not prosecuting them. I'm defending them.
What? Why?
Why do I do anything, Threepwood? Money, pieces of eight, filthy lucre. That Voodoo Lady babe is loaded. Funny thing though, she only let me take the case if I defend LeChuck too.
Funny like a peg leg.
What kind of souvenirs could you possibly be making out of the Voodoo Lady and LeChuck?
Oh, ye of little faith! Feast
That
your
little
eyes on
ring,
the
too?
all-new People vs. LeChuck and the Voodoo Lady collection.
What's this?
That's a little decorative pin I've whipped up.
Trial of the Century 2. Electric Voodoo.
We're still working on a title.
What's that one?
That's our Cursed Cutlass of Cthulhu LeChuck doll. Press the button for its special transforming glow.
It's a
Oh,
little
it
right.
wasn't a
We're
ring.
still
It was the
working
end
out a
of
few
LeChuck's
kinks.
sword.
What's that?
It's my entrancing Voodoo Lady dashboard good luck charm.
Ugh, disturbing.
On second thought,
Say no more.
Oh, cool.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to sell me your eye-bending jacket.
Give up my jacket? That'd be like Samson getting a buzz cut, or King Arthur losing Excalibur, or Bluebeard dyeing himself blonde.
huh?
Without my jacket, my salesman mojo would wither away faster than a hothouse orchid in a pizza oven.
So that's a maybe?
Have you seen my wife?
Have I? That crazy sea devil hit me up for one of my patented and perfectly passable porcelain power pirate treasure maps before hightailing it for the jungle. If we're lucky, that thing will keep her going around in circles for weeks.
Sure you don't want to sell me your pupil-defying jacket? It's for a good cause.
This jacket stays with Stan until it literally falls off my back, Threepwood.
All right. So we'll figure out where we need to be going now. Not the keel haul door.
Stan,
Guybrush, old pal.
Were we able to get any of the?
still
We're not
trying
able
to make
to
a
buy
buck
any
on
of
my recently
these,
cleared name?
These
I
statues
sold
or
all that
anything.
junk to that Doro sap. I moved
Just
on to
take
the
a
next
look at
trial
them.
of the century. Flotsam Island.
Yeah, how are sales go?
Great.
La la la.
Voodoo charms.
Ah,
Can I take another look at your
That's
Voodoo
what I
Lady and
meant to
LeChuck
click.
Gewgaws?
Can't keep your eyes off him, huh?
I'm guessing that glowing has to go do with something, but guess
On
we'll have to
second
figure
thought,
that out later
Say
on.
no more.
Alright, let's go check out the jungle then. Hopefully I folded this map right.
what was that?
something sure shoved a short sword up his aft sail.
Well, maybe not. Guess we'll go check out that first. We still have... Oh, we have the glowing leg lamp, so I guess that should work for a lantern if we need it.
The doctor is out. Out of his freaking mind, maybe.
What the? Morgan! What happened?
Went to get your hand.
You didn't have to do that.
Had to pay you back for all the trouble. Found Jacques. He told me
What?
He told me.
What? What did the monkey tell you?
I wasn't expecting that. Well, I guess that explains then why she's mentioned in the other
Singe.
games. Unless there's something that brings her back later on. I don't know, but damn, okay. Morgan was awesome.
Singe will pay for this.
I guess besides LeChuck being a ghost pirate and dying multiple times, that's the only other death I think we've ever seen in a Monkey Island game.
It's broken. Auto trepanation helmet. Hmm.
Ow!
Maybe I shouldn't be doing that.
What? My thumb.
Nah.
God, dad, blah. Ow. What the?
It's tiny Guybrush.
Ow. Ah! I'm blind!
Phew.
Ow! Whoa!
Help?
Alright, guess we'll have to figure out what that's going to be used for later on. Totally useless. Oh, good. I love how they updated the name already.
This must have been broken in the fight between Morgan and Singe. I hope the Vole escaped. It looks like Singe is using my hand to make something called the Jus de Vie. The Vacalian wind control device? What is that creep doing with it now?
He's holding... Well, that was Guybrush over it, so I guess he probably has a lane over it now, maybe? Alright, see what else we got.
Lepidoptera flotzimus accelerus. Like many of its more common cousins, the sharp-toothed Flotsam Island moth has a penchant for noshing on articles of clothing. Where Flotzimus accelerus differs is in the pain of its bites, which can be quite annoying, and the rapidity of its meals. A swarm of flotsam moths can strip a man down to his undergarments in mere seconds, assuming the notoriously finicky moths approve of his wardrobe, of course. It's locked.
Well, let's try the old hook again. See, maybe we don't want to get rid of the hook.
Oh, no. This is where the Marquis keeps all the severed limbs of the pirates he's operated on.
Ew.
Hey, you never know when a sack of severed legs is going to come in handy. Or footy, as the case may be. Sorry. Did Singe murder you, too? That doesn't look good. It's a sack full of severed legs. Ugh.
Yeah, but at least we got a sack of sugar too. Alright. I don't see anything else besides these
I
chemicals.
could try to mix up those chemicals, but I'd probably just end up exploding. And not in the funny way.
So we'll come back here, I guess maybe later on. Wait, oh, that saw something else. Shock. Oh yeah, the shock pedal and the jar. What's the jar?
Vampiridae Flotzimus sucrosus, the flotsam jungle firefly, are a common sight in Flotsam's jungles, which they never leave. Although possessing no natural enemies, the Flotzimus sucrosus has a notorious sweet tooth, drawing it inexorably to bodies of sugar water.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have to get some fireflies a little bit later on because I have a sack of sugar. All right. Let's go check out the voodoo lady's house. She's not there. Is there something we can grab from there? Maybe she left. And then we'll try to use the map and figure out where to go.
What in the name of Bluebeard's hair dye?
Hey,
Well,
no
okay.
poaching. I have called dibs.
I think I may be lost. Shouldn't there be a creepy voodoo shack right about there?
There was, until they came to arrest that talk-spreading voodoo lady.
What happened?
First came the flames. Poor Senor Nipperkin went up like St. Elmo's fire. Then she emerged from the conflagration, mumbling ancient curses with every regal step. I never forget the baleful stare she fixed me with as she was led away. A look condemning me to a lifetime of suffering, shame, and regret.
Spooky.
And if that wasn't bad enough, I haven't found one bit of cool voodoo stuff in the wreckage. Come on!
Mob justice can be so unfair. Even when it's burned to the ground, the voodoo lady's shack is still creepy. Looks like the light of the shack's embers has attracted a swarm of jungle moths. That probably explains what happened to the voodoo lady's rug. Even when it's burned to the ground, the voodoo lady's shack is still creepy. What a shame. That rug really tied the shack together.
Can I not take it? I guess there's nothing else here. Alright. Let's try to use this map and figure out where we go. Oh, okay.
20, and X marks the... When I get me hands on that plaid-coated scallywag, I'm gonna rip off his waving arms and beat him to a briny pulp with them. What are you looking at?
The secret to eternal life. Le spectre de Grand César!
Doesn't look like Elaine's in any immediate danger. Hopefully she won't commit any unforgivable atrocities before I finish enlarging my pox-curing sponge.
I was gonna say enlarging the sponge, but the little helmet made us smaller, so... Ooh, paper. That wasn't there before. Despite repeated efforts to release bait with tracking elements, these spores remaining indistinguishable from the jungle floor. Oh, these left a path as bright as Flotsam's beautiful jungle fireflies. Wait, what's that spell? I guess we should have started at the voodoo lady's house. Started there, going down. I think it's death there, right? Well, that's where we just were, actually. Oh yeah, because we went there, we came there, there's death. I don't know what we're supposed to be looking for here. Oh wait, that's right, it's the first course. Put a napkin, that's a sight. Garnishing cloth. Okay, so... Alright, so it's got to be those moths then. Garnishing cloth, because that's what they were talking about with the rug.
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
Then what do we do with them? How do we get those?
I wonder what keeps this thing lit.
Yeah, okay, so we should be able to get those moths with the leg. How do we get back there? Well, accidentally found this.
This whole idol is under one of Crimp Digit's unbreakable glass bottles. It looks like the old Vacalian wind control device has been set to suck again. But what's that tubing around its fingers all about? I wonder who put this idol under glass, and why?
Well, it's probably so we can't change it again. That would be my guess. What's that shack? Creepy shack.
Whoa! Uh-oh. Looks like these finicky moths won't eat a jacket that's encrusted with bacon grease, fish water, and manatee guts. Lucky me.
Oh no, we're gonna give it to Stan, ruin his jacket.
little fellas? Check out these high-def duds. Well, that's just great. The lamp's dead. Well, at least Stan's sign is keeping the moths from returning to the jungle. Stan!
Guybrush, old pal.
Can I take another look at your voodoo lady and LeChuck Goo-Gaws?
Can't keep your eyes off him, huh?
What's that one?
That's our cursed cutlass of Kaflu, LeChuck doll. Press the button for its special transforming glow.
What's happening?
It's a little bright.
Yeah, we're still working out a few kinks. Hey now, what's this? A fuzzy flying fan club? Ah! Hey, knock it off, you nutty nibblers! That hurts! Sweet fancy Moses! Ow! Ouch! Well, that was one heck of an experience, eh, Threepwood? It's a good thing old Stan always keeps a few spare jackets in the back office, or I'd be defending my clients in the Altogether. Say, that's not a bad idea. Stan S. Stanman, naked attorney at law. You've got nothing to hide. Neither does he. No time to chat, Threepwood. I've got business cards to print.
That's great. See, so why couldn't he give us a jacket then? Said he's got all the extras. Hate Stan. Now we should have that. Okay.
Sweet.
Sweet. Alright, so now can we give this to... Actually, I want to look at it first.
Even though it's been reduced to rags, Stan's jacket is still a sight to make eyes sore. I don't think the garish remnants of Stan's jacket should be tied around that.
Can we combine that with the sponge?
You know, when I dreamed of becoming a mighty pirate, I never imagined that one day I'd be tying eye-popping napkins around the non-existent necks of mystical sponges.
Looks more like a little headband, Nina. That's really funny.
It's all dressed up and ready to eat.
Okay, so that was cool. That was fitting out. First part. What's the second one? Antipasta. Jungle meat gives off a smell like stinky feet. Okay. It close like this. Oh, it does do a different map like that. Ah, crap. We're gonna have to figure out how to fold this thing down.
Bet that's the sacrificial altar of the jungle beast that Hemlock was rambling about.
access. Dang it. I always keep hitting escape on that.
Bet that's the sacrificial altar of the jungle beast that Hemlock was rambling about. It's a sack full of severed legs. Ugh. Alas, poor Hemlock. I knew it, this limb, a leg of
Living his little
infinite
hairy
toe jam,
leg.
of most excellent thigh cheese. It hath borne its owner's creaking frame 1,000 times, and now how clammy and gross within my grasp it wriggles. Oh well, soup's on. Uh-oh. Whew, that altar reeks. Smells worse than the sofa bed after Elaine's mom has dropped by for a visit.
That's disgusting, but okay. Hmm. Piece of sport jungle floor. Does the map have anywhere we're supposed to go? I guess it doesn't. We're trying to track a beast now.
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
What was that?
The tide must be high. I can almost reach down and touch the well water. I don't want to dig my hook into that. I don't know where it's been. Jungle fireflies, nature's little spotlights.
Okay.
Those fireflies are so pretty, it almost makes you forget they spend half their lives as maggots.
Nasty. Alright, so we can't look
Fireflies
in
are
there
so
anymore.
pretty, it almost makes you forget they spend half their lives as maggots.
Still have lots of sugar,
Good
so...
old C12H22O11, just like Mama Threepwood used to make.
beast left a path as bright as Flotsam's beautiful jungle. So we attracted the fireflies with the well. Not the same as the moths. Can we use this? We can. Ooh,
The fireflies
gross.
are attracted to the sugar water on the leg. Fascinating. And just a little nauseating.
Okay, so now we can go back to the altar. Maybe this will help us track it?
I don't know about mythical jungle beasts, but I always prefer my ritual sacrifices to be slathered in sugar water.
Oh, it's like it worked.
At last, I've lost that she-devil.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Serves him right, though. Still, I'd better finish feeding the sponge before Elaine hurts someone I actually care about.
Who else is left? Well, I guess Winslow, that's the only person left. He doesn't care too much about LeChuck, Voodoo Lady, or anything like that, so yeah. Are they going north? They are going north from here. Maybe it didn't go north.
The mighty pirate hunter tracks his prey via his
Oh.
distinctive firefly-attracting spoor. That's the legendary jungle beast of Flotsam Island?
Well, I don't want to get too close. I don't know if we'll die or not. I don't know if we can die. But I'll save it just in case.
That poor little flesh-eating stink bomb looks like he's in a world of pain.
How can he tell? They had lions on this island.
Oh, look at that. The poor hideous flesh-eating plant has a smelly, rotting lion's paw caught in its teeth. Thorns. Hold still, little buddy. I'll get that nasty old hunk of meat out for... Yikes! Come on, plant. Fork over that paw. I'll never get my hands on that super stinky paw while that mouth is snapping at me. Here, boy. Ooh, that looks uncomfortable. But at least he's not snapping at me anymore. Don't worry, you freakish little abomination. Dr. Guybrush will make it all better. Gotcha! Phew! That is by far the foulest thing I've ever smelled in all my years of pirating. And that's coming from a guy who's just spent a few days inside a giant manatee.
So is that the second part? The
That
second
lion's
meal?
paw stinks worse than my mother-in-law's neck folds.
Oh yeah, yeah. What was the second one? The smell of stinky feet. Yeah, okay. So that
I better
is a
fold this up
success.
before I put it in my pocket.
Success! Stinky paw.
Come on, little sponge. Eat the nice smelly antipasta. That's a good sponge.
Antipasta. Okay.
Now that the lamp's dead, it's nothing but a big tacky paperweight.
Alright, so the third thing now. Cleanse your palate with a taste that hits you like a mallet.
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
Mallet. Does the glasswork guy have any type of a hammer?
Say there, unbiased citizen.
What do you want?
Why did someone order all those tubes?
I told you not to ask me.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Are you as scandalized as I am by this trial?
I'm just glad that scum-sucking LeChuck and that scum-sucking voodoo lady will finally be brought to justice.
Gee, you suck a little scum and everyone wants your head. Have you seen my wife?
Does she have red hair, green eyes, and a mole in the shape of a cocker spaniel on her left thigh?
Yes.
Nope, haven't seen her.
See ya.
Alright, so no mallet there. We didn't see anything in DeSinge's area. This guy's still trying to feed his cat.
Hi there, Double Peg. How's Miss Trashy Whiskers doing?
Trashy Whiskers? Listen up, Smugger. Her name is Miss Pretty Whiskers.
Have you seen my wife?
I tore through here like a cat out of hell, off into the jungle.
What exactly are you doing?
Trying to figure out why poor Miss Pretty Whiskers won't move for me.
She's probably just not getting enough iron in her diet. Guess what? I found the jungle beast. Turns out it's a meat-eating plant. Can you believe it?
Sure. Who ever heard of a vegetarian plant?
See ya.
We go into the courthouse.
Who go? Oh, it's you.
How's the pox of LeChuck treating you?
Oh, it's not so bad. I mean, there is the incessant drive to commit acts of monstrous evil, of course. It's a bit of a drag on the social life. But my pillaging swing has never been better. So, I guess you could say it's a bit of a wash. Tell you one thing I didn't expect. The slaw cravings. I mean, honestly, mate, what's that all about?
Can I go back in? I think I left several useful items in there.
Court is adjourned until the new defendants prepare their cases.
Okay. We have the ring though still, yeah, with you.
It's a good thing Elaine gave me her wedding ring. She's so poxed out now, she'd probably hawk it for a keg of grog.
That's pretty funny.
Hey there, youngster. I know you're curious about the behind-the-scenes working of Stan's Courtroom Emporium, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to step away from the door.
Why?
Because that's where Stan works his magic, kid. It's where my dreams become reality, and some of my realities become dreams.
So it's where you're sleeping.
Yeah, but only until this souvenir business picks up.
Hey, Krebs.
What do you want?
You're not still upset about the whole hideously scarring your leg in a bid to seek unholy vengeance against the wrong target thing, are you?
I guess so.
Hey, Krebs. Now that your case has been dismissed, care to join me in a little post-trial amicus curiae?
Was that a pickup line?
I don't know. My Latin's a little rusty. Hey, Krebs. Now that your case has been dismissed, care to join me in a little post-trial amicus curiae?
Was that a pickup line?
I don't know. My Latin's a little rusty. Bye. Hey, WP. Looks like ladies' night has finally come to an end.
I'm thinking about cancelling it in favor of something a wee bit safer. Like Ultimate Mumbly Pig Night or Amateur Tattoo Night.
I told you I was innocent.
Well, bully for you! Meanwhile, we're still all poxed, there's a creepy voodoo priestess in my jail, and your wife's still threatening to sack our town. Truly, these are the best of times.
Morgan Le Fay's been murdered by the Marquis de Singe!
Oh my, that is troubling. She was well on her way to becoming one of me best customers.
Weren't you gonna do something?
Oh, I'm sorry, lad, but I preside over a pirate court, meting out justice exclusively for pirate-on-pirate crimes. This sounds like a case of mad scientist on privateer violence. Totally out of my jurisdiction, you see. I think there may be a court in the lower mandibles that handles such affairs, along with ninja and clown crimes, but they only convene every second Thursday.
What was the next one again? All right, it was did the smell, so the taste hits you. Okay, maybe we can get one of those little
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
volcano drink things again. Oh no, we can only get one, I think.
How about some more of those volcano shots?
Sorry, one per customer.
Dang it. Okay. Gotta be something in here then. What's this?
Are you pirate enough to take the Fugu Jolokia challenge? Fugu Jolokia. Seems pretty harmless. Fugu Jolokia. Seems pretty harmless. Hey, WP. Tell me about this Fugu Jolokia challenge.
Ah, a connoisseur of peculiar culinary delights, are we?
Yes?
Then you surely have heard of the Fugu Jolokia, the hottest pepper in this world or the next.
Oh, that Fugu Jolokia.
I acquired that specimen of the Fugu pepper
Alright, so
many
this
years
is
ago
obviously
from a
what the
three-legged
sponge
bandit
needs,
named
but-
Ort, winning it from him when I
How do
was
we
able
get
to
it?
place me tongue on the pepper for 10 entire seconds.
How eccentric.
Since that tongue-destroying day, I vowed to pass on the pepper to the first pirate who can successfully put his tongue on the Fugu Jolokia for 11 seconds.
Are you pirate enough to take the Fugu Jolokia challenge? Okay, Pepper, prepare to meet your master. Okay, mental note. The Fugu Jolokia is hot to the touch, too. Fugu Jolokia. Seems pretty harmless.
I have to talk to him every time.
Hey, WP. I'd like to take the Fugu Jolokia challenge.
I thought you looked like a man of gastronomic adventure. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a challenger!
Whoopee!
Whenever you're ready, lad.
Ah, now that's using your mighty pirate brain, Threepwood. Ouch.
What did I get electrocuted by? It's interesting. They did this on The Simpsons as well. Homer like coated his tongue in wax, but I think I can do the same thing with Singe's helmet. It's one of those we had the tongue.
What happened to Morgan's body?
Jojo take it? That creepy little monkey.
Refreshing.
And we'll come back to that. Was it the second one? The first one. Try the first one.
Ow! What? My phone.
There we go. Hopefully it stays. Nope, nope, nope. Exit. Hope there's not like a 30-second timer or something like that on it.
Captain Threepwood, what can I do you for? What's that? You want to take the Fugu Jolokia challenge? Why didn't you say so? Have at it, Captain.
Even numb, huh?
Well, bust my balustrades. Well done, Captain Threepwood. You've conquered the Fugu Jolokia and have won the right to keep it as your own.
A clean living and a healthy Probably got permanent glossal damage, but it was totally worth it to get my hook on that pepper.
So now we have the pepper. Okay. Surprised it's not burning his pants. It says too hot for the touch. It's gonna be funny what this looks like. Does it give it a little sword?
It's a good thing the sponge doesn't have a tongue. Right?
Oh,
You're
no.
dunking it in the ocean right about now.
That just made it pink. Of course, will cause quite a flap to find the sixth sense. Use your map. Ah, crap. So now we have to use the map. This is the one I feared, I guess.
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
Alright.
Ouch!
I'm guessing that shock is going to be the last thing we do. This is where we're at here. That's the dead guy. What are we trying to find, those? We can go any direction. We can go up to the well, altar, the well. Both of those go to the well. That's funny. We have to get to, guessing the red altar then. That's where it ends, because it doesn't end at the voodoo lady. We've been to the wind thing, so it wasn't there. So I guess that's the only, no, that's the only one we haven't been to. Right? I don't know. We've seen those two. I don't know. Something with the map. I don't know if it's gonna like error out if we go the wrong direction, but let's find out. Doesn't matter which direction we go. I guess we go altar. Altar or well. No, didn't say anything about it being wrong. Altar, and then when we get to that one, then we go down. Okay, so right and then down. No, there's nothing here. So maybe I did mess it up already. Okay. Oh. No, that's where we're at. Go right again, then down. Now we go down. Oh, I just realized it actually has the colors of those. We're at the green one. And then up. Yeah, up.
I wonder who put this idol under glass, and why?
Alright, so what are we supposed to do? We got to the red idol, that's the end of the map. Did I not do the map right?
I wonder who put this idol under glass, And why?
We don't have any legs, so we can't use that as a feast. The sugar probably doesn't do anything. Main course will cause quite a flap. Find the sixth sense, use your map. Okay, that was the flaps. Now, I just now got that. Is that deer? Okay, cool. That works.
It's the mysterious chest of foreshadowing from the Voodoo Lady's shack. Who knows what sort of useful voodoo bric-a-brac lurk in its locked timbers? Even more importantly, how am I going to unlock it to find out?
We know. We'll use the ultimate pick.
Let's see. What do I have now that I didn't have the last time I tried to open this chest? Ow! Stupid hook! Oh, it can't be that easy. The Voodoo Lady's tarot cards? That's it? I bent the fabric of reality for a stupid fortune teller's trick?
Whoa, trippy.
Okay, that's a pretty good trick. It's been done.
And can we combine that with that? Apparently.
Hopefully these flakes of the future will give La Esponja a sixth sense that'll help keep me from getting into situations like this.
Of course, now gorge, a small dessert, a touch so shocking it might hurt. Okay, well, we kept getting shocked at 41, so...
I better fold this up before I put it in my
that's
pocket.
where we're gonna go. How do we get out? Nope.
Whoa.
Did
I wonder
that
if La
count?
Esponja Grande can sense the future now. And how would it tell anyone if it did? No! Ooh. tingly. Well, hey, what's this?
Oh, okay. There it works.
So that was the shocking dessert.
Things looking creepier and creepier. Alright, that one was kind of the easiest one, since we've been shocked so many times. What's the last one? Meals finished, let out a cheer or belch so loud that all can hear. That all can hear. Wish we had the ship horn from Monkey Island 2.
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket. Ouch! Alright, Senor Esponja Not So Grande. That's 5 senses down and 1 to go. Now, where can I find a really big sound for an after-dinner belch? Well, there's only one thing on Flotsam Island that can make a noise like that.
Okay, well.
Elle lui est forever, elle lui est immortalité. Où elle est forever, moi, où elle qu'on connaît chez moi. Elle lui est, I will forever, elle lui est immortalité.
Treasure!
Ah! Face me like a man, you snuff-sniffing land licker!
You heard the lady, Desinge.
Guybrush, get out of here and find your own treasure. This one's mine.
Ah, the happy Threepwood pirate clan. Whatever shall I do now? Oh, I know.
Oh, clam dip.
I can't believe I ever married a dullard like you.
You know, once I cure you of the pox that's making you say all these mean things, you're gonna owe me a lot of smoochies.
I wouldn't smooch you with his lips, cabin boy.
I hate to break up this portrait of domestic bliss, but I've got some last-minute adjustments to make to my machinery before preparing the charming Madame Threepwood for her journey into scientific history.
Don't worry, Buttercup. Once I get La Esponja Grande into that noisy doohickey, our troubles will be over.
Yes, well, please try to keep it down, no?
At least I hope so.
Is that the bird? We can get our bird back?
Can't believe that stupid parrot somehow found its way back into my life. It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate. Oh, I can't stay mad at you. What's that?
That is a bucket of water.
What the heck is that thing supposed to do?
This is my Chromaton, which I can use to remotely manipulate the Vicalian's wind control device without all that tedious mucking about in the jungle with ancient items.
Can't say as I blame you. All that running and spinning and weathervaning did get on my nerves after a while. So what have you been up to while I've been out trying to save your shapely bacon?
I've been swashbuckling and looking for buried treasure, like a real pirate.
Okay, I know that's the pox talking, but still. Ouch. Once I get you cured, we should go break LeChuck out of jail.
That spineless goody two-boots? Let him rot.
Did you hear? The voodoo lady's been playing us for chumps all these years.
Arr! I never did trust that scheming sea witch.
Why isn't this?
Singe killed Morgan.
He did? Well, maybe the cheese-eating beaker monkey ain't so bad after all.
Ooh, it's cruel.
Don't worry, Angel Face. Everything will be okay once I toss La Esponja Grande into that noisy ancient doohickey.
Oh.
Then stop your yakking and get on with it,
I guess we
you
just throw it
jiggly
in.
jellyfish.
Don't worry, Angel Face.
Everything will be okay once I toss La Esponja Grande into that noisy ancient doohickey.
Then stop your yakking and get on with it, you gibbering jellyfish!
Chill out. I've got this.
What's this? An airborne peripheral?
Hey, give that back!
And risk tainting my moment of triumph with your tedious voodoo falderal? I don't think so.
Moment of triumph?
Oui, using my harpsichronoton, I have discovered the unique harmonic frequency that allows me to pulverize matter into a fine powder and spread it across the seas. Observe!
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Whitey Pirate. It's me! First of all, thanks. That thing was really starting to scrape my scabbard. Second, you're crazy if you think you're gonna get me in there. Okay, crazier.
You? I don't want you. It's your wife's molecules I need to smear across the seas.
I'd like to see you try, you wuss!
Why her?
Because of her pox, you dolt! She's got the same unique strain of the pox that you once had. The same one that was flowing through your amazing hand. The same one that I've distilled into my amazing jus de vie!
Lefty!
Unfortunately, a single hand can only provide enough of this Threepwood strain to produce a few meager drams of my jus de vie. Even if I were to drain your beloved to the bone, I would only gain a few piddling firkins of the juice.
Give you some piddling firkins?
No, if I want a perpetual strain of the jus de vie, every pirate in the world must be exposed to the Threepwood strain. Now, Madame Threepwood, if you'll hold still for a moment, I'll try to make this as painless as possible.
How nice. But I won't.
Behold the power of the jus de vie!
Cool. Alright, so he's already immortal, can't die.
Hey, to cringe!
What?
Taste the adventure!
Something that tasty should be fed to something or someone that really appreciates it. That doesn't need to be illuminated.
Well, the light doesn't illuminate anymore. Ooh, can I use that on Elaine?
Nah.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, it's the moths! I bet they're still punch-drunk off of Stan's funky fashions. Hey, the monkey!
What?
You look like you've got your hands, hand full. Why don't you let me hold on to that sponge for a minute?
What sort of idiot do you take me for? Threepwood?
Is that a trick question? Once you're done pulverizing my wife, any chance I could get my hands on some of that jus de vie? Nothing personal, honey. It's just that you look kind of done for, and invulnerability could come in really handy in my line of work.
I'll show you who's done for!
That doesn't need to be illuminated.
Oh, what the heck.
Sweet.
Ah, shine.
I'm guessing then with those, we could. How did we do that? We talked.
Hey, Elaine!
What?
No, we talked to Yeah.
While you're flailing away at Desinge, do you think you could knock that sponge out of my severed hand?
The only place this sword is going is through this snuff sniffer's gizzard. Rah!
While you're flailing away at Desinge, do you think
You're
you could
sitting
knock
there.
that sponge out of my severed hand?
The only...
My hand is Desinge's only source of jus de vie. If you cut it off his turban, he'll be a lot easier to kill.
What do you think I've been trying to do, you balmy halfwit?
Hang in there, sweetie.
All right,
Less
so
talking, more eviscerating, sweetie.
Hey, to sing song.
What?
let's see if we
You'll
do
never
this.
get past my wife's sword, you know. I once saw her hold off a horde of angry Rotarians with nothing more than a penknife and a feather duster.
Impressive. But unless they were invulnerable Rotarians fueled by my incredible jus de vie, there's really no comparison. Soon she will tire, and her box will be mine to spread across the four corners of the earth.
I'll spread you to the four corners.
Oh!
Alright, well that didn't work like I thought it would. Oh, okay. We got him to dunk his head in there.
Hey, Vu!
What? No. What in the world? Oh, shoot!
Now, okay. Now we get
Hey,
Elaine to do
monkey.
the thing again.
What?
Once you're done pulverizing my wife, any chance I could get my hands on some of that jus de vie? Nothing personal, honey. It's just that you look kind of done for, and invulnerability could come in really handy in my line of work.
I'll show you who's done for.
What now? My turban! No! Shoo! Oh, get away from me, you nasty little pest!
Oh, that's awesome. Stan's little
What's the matter with him?
scrap.
Without my hand to supply him with more jus de vie, all those wounds you've been inflicting are starting to catch up with him.
Ugh. Oh, get back here, you naughty little hand! Aha! I have you now, my pretty.
Ooh, that's pretty
Nice
gruesome.
one, hand. Care to help me with these locks? Guess that was a little too much to ask. At least I've got the sponge back, though.
Yeah, I know we just throw
Don't
that
worry,
in.
Angel Face. Everything will be okay once I toss La Esponja Grande into that noisy ancient doohickey.
Then stop your yakking and get on with it, you gibbering jellyfish.
But... Okay, jeez. Love how little Stan
That was a
scrap
little
is still
anticlimactic.
moving all over the place. Oh, dude, cool.
That's an Esponja Grande. But how will I use it to cure... Oh, right, the wind!
Sucking or blowing right now? It's Mega Maid, sir. Speaking of, I'm so happy that they're coming out with the second Spaceballs movie.
Hold on!
Guybrush?
Elaine, are you all right?
I think so. But how did I get here and why does my mouth taste like coleslaw?
It's a long story. I'll tell you all about it once we figure out how to get out of these stupid clamshells.
Leave everything to me, my friends.
LeChuck, my new best pal. How'd you get out of jail?
Oh, the guard was more than happy to release me once I convinced him that it was the only way to win Elaine's hand in unholy matrimony.
Wait, unholy what?
Unholy this!
Guybrush!
What?
Elaine?
Guybrush!
LeChuck! Ha! This name shouting is jolly good fun.
Is that you, Mother? I washed my hands.
I knew it all along. With or without all that voodoo, you're still nothing but an evil sack of scum.
Correction, my sweet. I'm an evil sack of scum who's about to plunder the grandest treasure in all creation. But I'd be willing to share my booty if you catch me drift.
What?
Oh, come now, my love. You can't deny what we've shared these past few weeks. The chummy camaraderie, the kind words, the stolen glances. I know you've developed feelings for me. Join me as my demon bride, and together we'll lay a bloody siege to the very heart of voodoo
They're just
itself.
playing the whole time? Okay.
Go to hell, LeChuck.
Well, you can't say I didn't try. Looks like we'll be doing this with all that voodoo.
Elaine? Do me a favor.
Ah, that be the stuff.
Anything.
Kick his two-faced butt for me.
From Melee to Monkey and all the islands in between, my love.
Aren't you dead yet? I've got wedding plans to
Oh,
make.
there you go. He's back.
Out of respect for the newly deceased, I feel I should point out that you wave your sword like a dairy farmer.
How appropriate. You fight like a pox-infected undead cow.
That's awesome. Okay, that was a good ending to that one. So it was playing just the whole time. That was pretty cool. Okay. I guess Stan did kind of spoil it a little bit with the whatchamacallit, the little dolls that he had there. But hey, that still works. That still works. I like this one. These tales has been pretty good. I wasn't expecting Morgan's death. Forgot about Guybrush's death. Forgot all about LeChuck turning back to the zombie pirate there. So it's had some good twists and turns and curves in it. I like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the other ones never had any post-credit scenes, so this one obviously won't have as well, but we'll just go ahead and let it run anyway. Is there anybody in chat? No? Nobody's talking in chat? That's cool. I know we had Abel on there, but it's pretty late for him, so Abel, if you're still there or fell asleep at the keyboard again, man, it happens. That's cool. They actually have an intern on there. Telltale intern, Nikki Harper. Designer for a Day finalist, Liz Johnson. I'm gonna have to see what that was all about. With Ivan Brett cast. Yeah, I've seen all the casts before. Good old Earl for the Demon LeChuck. Dominic, voice of Guybrush, now 25 years. Oh, didn't realize that there was a different voice for the human LeChuck. Guess I just didn't pay attention to that. I just always assumed it was the same. Voodoo Lady, Allison. Okay. Didn't expect to see Allison. Did we learn her name yet? No, that's in the next. That's in the next one. David for a clean workplace. You, yes, you. Thank you. Alright, let's read these pets. Telltale Pets, Max the dog, Tess, Belle, Cornut, awesome, Kitty. I've got a cat named Kitty. Stumpy, Kaya, Inky, Squiggle, Toby, Patches, Holly, Yoshi, Fu, Buddha, Gomez, Brennan, Monkey Babies. Still can't believe it's 2009 since this came out. Well, I guess I can. That's why my memory's bad with the game. Yep. All right. Nothing post credit. Thought we'd try for the this one. Might be a last one. I doubt it, but. All right, guys. That was chapter 4. So we'll look to wrap up Telltale's chapter 5. Maybe we'll jump in this week or next week. You know, we'll see whatever my schedule is going to look like. I still haven't figured out best times or anything like that. But thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it as always. And you guys have a great one. We'll catch y'all on the next one.